Hey all, Key of W, back with more Gemcraft. So we just finished, some, unremarkable levels, I would say, because they didn't give us much. But we did unlock amplifiers in the previous video from that level, which allow us to do some pretty crazy, over-the-top shenanigans. So both of these levels are available. This one's just not going to get us toward the critical hit gem, so I'm going to leave it for now. Even though it does have a compass in it, we could deal with. I'm just not going to do it. We're going to go right into field 04. Wait, hold on. We have black and white. I'm still going to leave this on looming difficulty, and we will see what we do here. Was it 66 waves? Not a big deal. Once I start seeing like 80 plus waves is when I start to worry, because they just get so tough. So here's the pathing. The longest path is if everyone goes through the center, it looks like here. So we're going to block there, we're going to block here, and we're going to block there. Now I notice when I do this, these trees are not on buildable land. We can't build towers or anything here, so it'll somewhat constrict our ability to create things. I'm going to start by putting a tower way here at the end. The reason is there's 3 spots to put amplifiers around it. 1, 2, 3. So we're going to do this, and our first amplifier is going to be free. So I'm going to put an amplifier there. And we're going to do our trick with the black purple. We're going to make more. There. Let me make sure I have something. So we have black and white, but I'm telling you right now, Bloodbound is superior to Poolbound. Poolbound starts off better because we're at mana pool level 6, so it starts at hit level 6, but this is going to reach hit level 6 pretty quickly. I'm going to put another... Can't put a tower there. But I can put a tower here. Duplicate that, because we can put amplifiers all around it. Then I'm going to put a trap here, make this our point of entry. Hold on, let's do this. Make a mana. Actually, you know what? Turn that into a tower, make that mana as well. So we have one that's here to gather using the beam skill, and one just as a trap. Let's see. Anything else I want to do here? I have a little bit of extra leeway. Let's set up this. Just get a few extra guys. Right? I think that'll work. Let's make them a little stronger. And we'll say attack randomly. Just strip away healing suppression as well as do a little bit of poison damage. Every little bit helps. So then I'm going to put that there. And they're coming in strong immediately. Do that, make sure we have this set up to go. Wait just a hair. There we go, level 7 gem ought to handle them. Oh yeah, Shrine of Focus. We give our strike spells back. Get that to level 8. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, this level looks a lot scarier than it is because enemies get really close to the orb very quickly, but I think we'll be able to hold them off without too much trouble. Let's keep that up. This, and then I think no, I don't need to use the Shrine of Focus yet. Let's set these up and this one up as well. Make sure we have some strong gems. Grab that. Do I want a poison trap as well? I might. Let's set that up there. What this is going to do is it's going to mean that I don't really have to worry about guys getting through for a bit. Let's put that for loading speed so it fires more often. And then I'm going to start putting amplifiers around you. Once again, another amplifier there. Yeah, that increases the range a bit, so we can get some shots in. Let's increase those shots. Not really struggling yet, it's just nice. Let's get to the next mana level, great. Not quite able to go up to the next trap level. Still got a lot. I'm gonna wait to upgrade this guy until you use up all the beam ability, because he's not using the beam ability, meaning no enemies are getting close enough for me to worry about him. Because beam caps 10 tile range limit, which means I can fire further than the beam can go. Not much further because the range right now is 10, but if I upgrade this guy, he'll be able to fire further than the beam will go. Let's upgrade you, and then that one should also be upgraded. There we go. Okay, this is done. Level 9. Make sure that these guys are taken care of a little bit, at least. There we are. Start doing this, and then throw in, and we get all our spells back. Shrine of Blades. How much is this going to cut at the moment? It's a pretty good amount. You know what? I'm going to use up all my mana here. Because an extra 7% of this, more XP. Means more skill points. Let's do this again. Haha! Doesn't seem to kill a lot, but if it cuts percentage of hit points, Shrine of Blades could be useful with giants around. The trouble is, eventually, the charge time will just be so high you can't use it. And you'll require huge, powerful gems in order to make anything happen. Let's bring you up to level 12. Okay. Let's, I would upgrade you. We're not quite there yet, so let me real quick survive this little onslaught. And now, there we go. This is just put a bunch of spells down, because that way we can once again get them all back. Yeah, this is a nice shrine to have, but the trouble is every time you use any shrine, the charging time increases. So if I use this when I don't really need to, it just makes the next use so much further away. 220 seconds. It started, I believe, at 200. This one has a much lower charge time, so I can use it more often. This one, who cares? I just don't think this is a useful shrine at all. Yeah, so now the range on this guy's 13, but the beam range is only 10. So if he starts using the beam ability, we know that enemies are getting through. You know what else I can do? Blocking. Get out of the way. Let's get a lot of hits on you, my friend. What's the extra range on this? 2 range? I feel like these need to be a lot higher. But first, let's get the mana leeching guy up. There. Having those be a higher level will surely help. Yeah, it's doing something, but it's not doing a lot. It's not even an extra 1 shot per second. It's just because I don't have a lot. If I had a lot of amplifiers around this, we'd have a different story here. Alright, let's Alright, we're pretty set at the end of the level. And by pretty set, I mean it's done. I didn't really realize we were done. Alright, 500. So 700k is possible, but I'm not gonna hold my breath. Yeah. At this point, I also just don't want to linger too long on a level that I can't squeeze that much out of. It just takes a lot of time, and it gets a little dull for me. I'd rather linger on levels that I can really squeeze a lot out of. I don't feel it'll be this one. Let's bring this guy out now. So I can put another there. Let's go here. And if I can double this guy eventually. Okay. I should probably get rid of that monster nest too, just for the XP. This is just terribly placed. Because I'd have to really just get ahead of the curve to get giants with this. I have to get them when they're in this window, because I can't get them when they're in that window. That's the thing with shrines. This shrine started in a level, so it's set in a spot that the developers wanted it. This one randomly appeared, so it just happened to be in a spot that's not all that useful. Okay. Keep it going. Keep it going. Alright, Alright, let's upgrade you. Okay. Let's see here. Let's, well, I would use this, but there's no enemies coming in. Damn, how much? 5 million? 5 million's already giving me trouble? Yeah, it makes sense. The Shrine of Blades, see if I can cut anything off those guys. I mean, it cuts a bit, but it's still not enough. So yeah, let me hit this up to 700,000, then call it, because I'll be able to get that much, surely. But we're gonna start to lose end quickly here. Ba-doop-ba-doo. Yeah, let's call it. That's terrible. Alright, 1 level up. Oh, 2 level ups. That's pretty good. Goodbye. That's enough for us to go to the next level of the fusion, which is nice. Alright. This level, you'll notice we have almost every gem available. So if you're wondering how to tell which gems are available because the level naturally has them and which ones are available because I've unlocked the skill. The way to tell is actually to look at the order of the gems. So you see here orange, green, blue, and purple are at the end, whereas yellow, white, red, and black are at the front. Those ones are the first four, the yellow, white, red, and black, are available in the level, whereas orange, green, blue, and purple we can assume are the ones available to us. See here, again, orange, green, blue, and purple are at the back. Here, they're mixed in. That means the orange is in fact offered to us in this level, but the green, blue, and purple are not. Here, well, it depends, doesn't matter whether they're offered or not, that level has them. This level, I believe black and purple definitely would be offered to us, but orange, green, and blue are not. I don't know if it's rainbow order once you get, because orange, green, blue, and purple are definitely in rainbow order, but the other ones aren't necessarily. Here, orange, green, blue, and purple, but the white, cyan, and black are not. So that's kind of how you tell. So in this level, we just so happen to get 4 gem types we normally would not have. And because of this combo, which is basically every gem, we can do some pretty crazy stuff. So this level, I'm going to set it to glaring, which is going to give us 95 waves, but we'll make it. This level is going to give us a preview of what the late game is going to look like. We're not quite strong enough to take full advantage of this late game, but we can do quite a bit. So first things first, I want to make a nice long path for enemies to go through. I don't want them coming through here. I don't want them coming through here. And I don't want them coming through here. So they got to come in this way. Then I want to block this path and this path. Now I also want to block here. That's a lot of walls to start. Now I want to think about where I'm putting amplifiers. So if I put a tower here, I can't put an amplifier to the right. The sealed gem of eternity will randomly banish nearby monsters, which is very nice of it. So if I put a gem, let's see, this is as far up. So if I put a tower here, I can put 8 amplifiers around this tower. So I'm going to build 2 towers like this. Now here's the combo we're going to do. Black, red. I'm going to use this to enrage the waves here. We're going to make black, yellow, and upgrade the yellow here. Upgrade that and put those together. So I'm trying to do this to have the least amount of red, the most amount of yellow, but not too little in the black. So we're going to duplicate these. Hopefully this ends up working out just fine. Doesn't matter. These are going to become so powerful. It's fine. The objective is to make sure the black is boosting the yellow and that the yellow is high enough that this does stupid high amounts of damage. So that's our starting position. Our first amplifier is free, and we want to boost critical hit. Great, that's our starting point here. We also want to make some strong mana traps. So we know we do this by creating a mix of black and red to make sure we have the Bloodbound and the Chain Hit. The rest is all just mana though. We just want to make it high mana. I'm going to put the trap here. I'm going to put another amplifier right there. Trap goes here, amplifier gets one of these. What's going to happen eventually, once I have enough mana, this will get me started at least. In fact, what I'll do is upgrade this level 5 so that we get started. We can kill the enemies that come in now. This gem, because of the chain hit, is going to get lots of hits. I'm going to put 6 amplifiers around it. There's going to be one there. And this is going to be at a high level. It's going to be giving us hundreds of thousands of mana per minute. And then here, we're going to put tons of amplifiers around these gems, which is going to make them incredibly powerful. And then we're going to make a trap based on this gem type and surround it with amplifiers as well. That is the goal. So I think I need to put some walls here to force the enemies to go through there. All right. Let's bring this up to level 6. I just want to make sure that we've at least got strong enough to start the level so we don't, I don't extend myself a little too far. I don't get a little bit too greedy with this plan. All right, let's just bring it up. There. Just one guy needs to be strong to take them all down. Duplicate that. All right, there's going to be an amplifier here. So that means the trap should go right there. And this trap is going to get you. You're going to have the ignore armor skill. You're going to have the reload faster skill. doing great. Just starting off nice. This already has over 300 hits, just because the chain hit just gives it so much. Let's upgrade this to level 7. Upgrade this, not quite. Let's put a little bit on you. The more hits, the better. So let's get the next mana level here. Alright. Upgrade the beam spell here. There's a lot of giants right here. Let's clear them out. Yeah, we're doing good here. Getting a lot of hits on this guy is important. A little further, please. There we go. Yeah, so far it's still doing something, but not a lot. Already over 1,000 hits on this guy. Let's bring it up a bit. And let's start throwing in some more amplifiers. So I'm going to throw one there, one there. This is just going to make these gems a little more powerful. I'm going to throw an amplifier there. And one here, and one there. So now this guy's being amplified, actually one down there as well. Of course, this Steel Gem of Eternity replica is actually helping us a bit too. Yeah, we are not hurting for mana yet at all. How many hits we got on this guy? So yeah, still 8.5%, or not 8.5 times the damage on a critical hit. Not a heck of a lot, but this is only a level 10 gem. We're going to get that much higher. Is there any other gem type I need? I'm not worried about slowing right now, am I? I might want to worry about slowing and armor tearing soon, but not yet. I want to make sure I really have a lot of other stuff. So if I put there, okay. This should be getting me lots of hits. There we go. Yeah, not even worried yet. Even though the enemies do have a bunch of armor, I'm clearing them out without too much trouble. Alright, now I got a level 12 gem. I think I can hold off. I can do some armor tearing. How would I like to do that? I want to make sure... I don't care about poison. Slowing is nice to have. Oh, this shrine is a terrible position. It blocks the position of a amplifier. That is unfortunate. It's not supposed to do that. Here we go. Let's do this, because I'm going to get all this mana right back. Okay. That is not how it's supposed to go. I could put one here, and this guy will be a mix of slowing and armor tearing. And then we'll put a mix of the two in here. Like so. And this guy... You know what? Not random, just do whatever. We are doing well. Here we go. Let's make a level 13 gem. Already level 13 gem. We're doing great. Amplifiers cost 3,000. Who cares? We have so much mana. Let's go to level 12 on that. There. And let's start putting them down. Build 15 amplifiers. No shit. Alright. Yeah, got unlucky with the placement of some of these shrines, but that's okay. There. Ooh. Yep. There. That at least sets up what we've got going on here. So this guy already has almost 10,000 hits. That's why I'm getting so much mana from it. This is going to be a bit of a problem. Can I kill it fast enough? Yes, I can kill it fast enough. Good. So now I'm going to set up a second one of these. Let's put it there. Let's set up amplifiers like this. Because that'll be the duplicate here. And then there will be another amplifier there, but we'll get that. We should have the beam spell on it. Put the there we go. So now we have two of these guys. This one's going to have way less hits to start, but it is going to pick them up rather rapidly. We already have plenty here. Let's bring this up to level 14. This one can easily go up to 12. I bet... Hold on, let me just start dropping these. Yeah, we can make another one of these. So you see the overkill happening here. And this is not going to get us, you know, a jillion points. It's going to be better than we've ever had before. We still are going to run onto a wall with enemies eventually because we don't really have the skills for yellow, red, or black to make these gems even more powerful. But it will get us through the waves of the main level really easily. We're not struggling at all in this level. Here, I'm going to do another one. This is definitely overkill. I think we got enough guys on the battlefield. Here we go. Oh, right. If you put an amplifier next to the orb, it helps with the orb a bit. Yeah, already 1.4 million. So, drop another one. Oop. Yeah. So now let's start strengthening what we've got. I want to start with these guys, make them more powerful. A lot of gems to upgrade, but at least for now, the amplifiers do better when there's just a gem in them at all, rather than making sure the gems are really high level. So having a lot of amplifiers sure is expensive up front here. But if I make all these these gems more powerful, it doesn't really add a lot to the damage here. I mean, it does, but not so much that it like doubles the damage. It's more the additions to the range and the shots per second that's valuable. Let's see. I think I can bump all these up to level 13. This guy can go up to... Oh, let's say 13 for you as well. Now let's kill that guy. There we go. Now this one go up to level 15. Look at that. Level 15 gem. What's it do? 60,000 is the max. 90 waves, baby. How much do you need? 1.5 mil. What we'll do? Grade 16, baby. So let's say we get the maximum damage and the critical hit. We're talking about 6 million per shot. Now, we do want to make sure that the armor is torn away. Well, that's what these guys are for. Hold on, what's this? So here's one of the replicas of the Gem of Eternity. Right, that's the plot, what we're going for. Locked in some kind of encasement. The construction seems fresh, no dust or scratches. This place is very close to the Spirit Forge. Maybe the wizards locked the replica to keep it safe from the Forgotten, and also to keep it outside the Spirit Forge for some reason. How did the gem get here only recently, though? Is this somehow connected to the Forgotten, too? Nobody remembers. That was 10 million years ago. Alright, Endurance mode, we can easily get another 2 million points on top of this. So what I'm going to do... Let's just get some mana in place. I'm not going to get a lot of mana until enemies start going through these traps, but we'll see. Keep going. Keep it coming. There we go. Need a little bit more, and I can duplicate this blue-purple. The reason to duplicate the blue-purple is I just want to have a second one. This guy's going to attack randomly. This guy's going to attack whoever has the highest armor. The purpose of these is to make sure enemies coming through do not have any armor, so we do the maximum amount of damage possible. The armor is still not super high compared to how much damage we're doing, but every little bit helps. So let us upgrade the things around this gem here. Shall we? How much do we need to upgrade this? Three-ish million? That's not too bad. Let's actually upgrade these as well. This guy should be upgraded. He's not doing nothing. There we go, level 14. So now, 80% chance to 70 times the damage. 5,000 times 70 would be 350,000 damage. Which is not going to do a lot here, but if it gets enough hits on it, the Bloodbound is going to bring it up. So, that is the goal. There. Let's also upgrade these here. Let's make these critical hit gems a little more powerful. It's giving us, it's only giving us like 300 to the maximum damage, nothing, but it's giving us a lot to the range, and it's giving us, of course, something to the shots per second. I don't care as much about the ones in the traps, so let's keep going with these. Because this, upgrading each of these is less than 1,000 mana, and we have over 1 million, so it's nothing to upgrade those a little further. Nice. How much the giants got? A billion? Okay. 1 billion HP. We'll still take care of those guys. This can go up to the next level. Level 17 gem. So at this point, the maximum amount of damage this is going to do per hit is 16 million, approximately. Which is pretty good, I would say. Let's see if that does anything. I should probably upgrade some of the other gems too, not just this one. Let's upgrade you and you. And you. Yeah, we're getting a lot of mana from these traps, shall we say. So I think I'm going to upgrade the traps again. Oh, is there a shadow? Goodbye, shadow. Yeah, 4 million easily. Let's see if we can hit 5 million. I don't think so. I think we're going to get overrun before we hit 5 million. But let's see what we can do. Let's do that. Yikes. Yeah, those guys are fast. I feel like we want... Ooh. There, you start... it's just got to be whoever's at the front of the line now. Look at that. They're just so fast. And they're all just really high HP guys. Jeez. I mean, we do get a lot of mana per pool here. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't think we're going to make the 5 million. We're already starting to get overrun. Oh no. One of these... Oh, he's dead. I thought for a second that'd be a really powerful Spectre. We'd be in trouble, but we're not in trouble. Okay. 10 billion HP, huh? see what they need to match even a fraction of their power. Let's see. Oh, where's the shots going way down there? What's that about? It's probably a bug, just because the range is so high. How much are we getting per shot here? 200 mana per hit. Pretty good. Here, let's just put a spell on there so we get some more hits on this guy. 20,000 hits. We get another bump. We'll see. What do we got coming? We got some fast boys coming in. Alright, is this enough to upgrade you? Alright, we're going to upgrade this. This guy should get some more hits for sure. Got 2 level 17 gems, which means all I got to do... I want to duplicate this gem as soon as I get through this. Ooh, boy. Here we go. I'll make it. I just want to see what a level 18 gem is going to do, but it's looking like we're barely going to see that. Holy crap, how much these got? They have 1 billion just in Reavers. Yeah, they just gain so much, it's hard to keep up. Alright, duplicate that. There we go. So we're looking at 312,000 max damage. I'm just going to do the math. If that was the max, you hit that, and then you get a critical hit that does 157 times the damage. We're talking about 50 million. That's your maximum shot, which, you know, that's a high amount, but enemies have 1 billion HP, so yeah. You're not one-shotting anybody with this. The enemies just are growing faster than I can keep up, even with this crazy setup we have. Bolt spell's really not even going to be that effective at this point. Alright, we're going to start losing pretty soon here. So what I'm going to do is... are we going to get any more XP out of these guys? Just because there's so much going on and we're about to lose a lot. Here, let's get a little... Okay, nope, it's over. It's over so fast. Oh, jeez. Okay. 4.5 million. Pretty good, though. That was like 20 minutes long. Okay. Let's go back. This should give us about 6 or 7 level ups. Oh, 12 level ups. Vastly undercounted. How much does it take per level up? Oh, less than 400,000. So as long as we get 400,000 every level, we're good. XP gains. That's probably going to get rid of that for us. Yeah. And damage to giants, which is nice. How much extra damage are you doing giants? 65%? That's nice. We're doing damage to swarmlings, so I'm not as worried about that because they don't have a lot of HP. It's just the giants are really hard to kill right now. Okay. That was fun. We're not going to see that again for quite a bit. Skills-wise, we now have a lot of points. Let's put it into fusion, and then I'm going to hold off on putting any more points into skills. We will see why later. Wrong button. So field 06, we're going back to looming. Back down. First of all, glaring this have 113 waves. We're going to die. We don't have the critical hit or the chain hit or anything like that. So we're going to looming. We'll make it through this level just fine. The extra level of fusion is going to be nice because now our gems are going to be super cheap. Level 1 gems only cost 22 mana. That is so cheap. So here, our Orb of Presence, we want to get guys funneled in. Let's actually block the top. Block here, so they're going to come in through this way. There. So we need to drop a curse on here, and a freeze on here, and bolt, which is why we needed curse, because the critical hit is after this level, so we needed curse to get through it. So once again, we're going to start with enraging purple-orange. So I'm going to find a spot that I can build a bunch of amplifiers. It looks like here is a good spot. So I can put an amplifier tower. Like so. And then we can do it again here. So tower goes there. So this is where those two go. Now I need somebody attacking this with bolts. So I'm going to put here I'm going to make this green and cyan just so I have something like that. There we go. I'm going to say attack structure first. It's not going to do anything here right now because this regular attacks are going to hit enemies coming in. But when I put bolt on this guy, it's going to attack that. I also want... I'm going to put a guy here. Make it blue and purple. Now, trap-wise, let's put one here. That's pure orange. We'll start with that. Actually... I'll do this as well. We'll see how well this does. I think this is a good setup to start us off. I'm a little worried because I have no mana at all right now, but I think the enemies aren't going to be a problem right now. Let's bump this guy up. Make sure we just have a guy that can do some damage before things get too hectic. Alright. Duplicate that. Put one here. We're going to take that. We're going to start. We're going to drop freeze and a curse. Start getting rid of this as soon as possible so we can start using the spells on the actual enemies. I don't want to use bolt spell on anything but this guy until it's done. Beam goes here. Beam also goes here. Okay, so far, so good. We have so many waves to do this in as well. Yeah, sure, it needs 160 bolts shots to unlock, but we have so many waves to do it in. We're not really going to run into any trouble. Let's do this, and then make it nice blue-purple. Because this way we can put amplifiers around everything to a stupid degree. Let's actually do one. At this point, the amplifier is mostly for the extra range rather than the damage. Good. This should probably be upgraded soon. It's not going to be as useful as the one in the previous level because, of course, we don't have black or red gems to pair it with, but it's a start. Right. This is not firing bolts fast enough because the spell is catching up, so let's make sure we upgrade it first. There we go. Go. Those are done. Now I can use these strike spells on the actual enemies. This should go here. Yeah, taking care of business pretty quick. Let's make sure this goes up. Here. Make sure I'm getting enough mana so I can keep making amplifiers. Who's coming? I saw the staticky thing. Is there an apparition or a specter somewhere? I want to make sure I'm not getting caught flat-footed here. Let's just curse these guys. Should make sure that this guy gets upgraded a lot. Alright, we're almost done with that. Oh! Hold on. Look at this guy. Spire, the Forgotten Zone creation. Not a lot of HP, but damage taken is limited to 225. Does not regenerate health. Cannot be banished. Instantly destroys your orb. Okay. This guy should be killed, I think. That'll get him pretty quick. Nice. That was pretty easy. But I bet there's going to be more levels with spires in them, and they're going to be a lot harder to take down. At least spires are really slow. Holy crap. Okay, this is the last bolt spell we need to do here. And it'll be done. Alright. Alright. It's done. Let's get this leveled up as well. Alright, the level 12 gem is going to hold off the enemies quite well, I think. Let's bump this up to level 11. We're doing great. Can't say we'll keep doing great forever here if we don't have a plan after I get all this XP. Let's do that. Let's do that. Last time I'm boosting all the spell charges, so let's do this. Here, there. Okay. Let's now make some overkill, baby. Think we have enough amplifiers going on? As long as mana is coming by as easily as it is, let's make these gems more powerful. Alright, this is mostly just going to extend the range, which is all I really care about at the moment. This guy's reaching pretty far, which I like. Let's bring you up to level 12. You can go higher. Oh, hold on. Not what I want. There we go. Kill 30 cursed monsters with bolt. Sure, I guess that's a thing. So close to getting a level 13 gem right now. No, please. Thank you. Would appreciate it if you all stayed away from my orb. It's my orb. There are many like it, but this one is mine. And there. Alrighty then, we are getting slightly overrun. What is the issue here? Is it just gems are too weak? Am I just making the monsters too powerful? That is also a possibility. Yeah, this is concerning, to say the least. Okay, it's thinning out a bit. Alright. That was, I guess, just a brief moment of terror. Just didn't seem to have a lot of impetus behind it. Suddenly I was overrun. Alright, let's you know what? Sure. Okay, now I should be good. At least I think so. Let's... Do you think I got enough gems? Maybe. Yeah, see, without the critical hit gem, if I had that, this would be a cakewalk, but that is what's holding us back at the moment. Alright. Alright, we're good. Kill 95 frozen or something in the snow. Great. This one go up. There we go. Level 14. Okay, made it through. I'm not too worried about extracting a ton of XP out of this level. We will try to get something, though. What was that thing? A towering spire walking across everything right towards my orb. From its demonic fingerprint, I think it's a creation of the Forgotten herself, designed against wizards. She is evolving. Is she a Pokemon? Worthless edge fragment. Corrupted banishment battle trait. I'm not going to touch this in this video. We're going to do one more level. It's going to be this one, because it's going to give us the skill we are looking for. Alright. How are we in achievements? 210. So we've unlocked more achievements than we've locked. That's nice. Talisman. Waste of that. Let's get those shadow cores up. Okay, we're going to head into here. This is the last level for today. I'm not going to put anything into my skills, even now. We're going to jump in. Looming difficulty? No, actually. This one's got critical hit. I'm going to try this at glaring. Now, this is going to be a risk because toward the end of this level, it is going to get tough. But we have the critical hit gem. And we have the amplifiers. So I think we'll be able to make it out of this one alive. So it's really annoying that as soon as I turn on the camera, I lose 3 times in a row with the same strategy that won me 3 times in a row. With lots of time to spare. I didn't like barely win. I handily won every time. So the fact that I'm doing this now makes me feel like a fucking stupid idiot. Alright. Because now the level's going to be boring and easy. I don't want boring and easy. I want this to be a challenge. This is not going to be a challenge at all. We still need to take care of the... And now that I don't even need to worry about upgrading my gems like ever. Because these guys are weaker. So yeah, we'll just do this. Alrighty. Alright, let's get these giants down here eventually. Interesting. I'm just not paying attention. I'm just so on tilt that I'm already losing the battle. Can I look at the spectre, please? Thank you. go. Tom chamber's open, just like that. I wonder if I've cut out, I mean, we'll find out when I make the video, if I cut out the 3 losses. Because on the one hand, I don't like to edit out the losses, because I want you to see that if the game is hard, it's hard. But on the other hand, it's a lot of watching nothing happen. If I lose 3 times in a row, it's about an hour of watching the game where nothing happens. So you've probably, this is the first time seeing the level, and you're going like, why are you rushing through it? Because I've done it 3 times at the higher difficulty and inexplicably lost each time. Alright. Let's get that up. How about we make... We didn't even make a mana trap. And yet we're doing fine, because we don't need it on this difficulty level. Yeah, hopefully you can see why I prefer to play levels at the higher difficulty if I can. Because this is nothing. We're just coasting. We're not doing anything interesting. It's just this. Excuse me. Make sure we have that. There's that trap. Just cakewalk our way to the end, I guess. Oh, hold on, we gotta try now. Yeah, it's over. Well, that was annoying. Uh-oh, uh-oh. I'm gonna lose, oh no. Yeah, irritating, because the times I played on the other difficulty, I got unlucky 3 times in a row. And then I played on the low difficulty and it's boring. Oh well, that's a great end to the video. But what we got here is the critical hit skill tone. That is what I'm looking for. I don't care about doing that at the higher level. And that was our goal for the last couple of videos, is to get here so that we can get the critical hit skill. So now we get yellow gems in every level, which should allow us to play on glaring for every single level. And I saved up a lot of skill points so I could immediately bump up to level 12. In fact, I'm going to drop some of the other skill ones down because I don't need it as high. Let's jump to 14. How's that sound? 56% component power and then another 20% on top once you get to level 7. Which means I probably would have won the last level with that set, but we'll see. Okay, well that was an embarrassing end to the video. I don't like that. Hopefully I cut some of it out, because otherwise that is a 2-hour recording. I don't want you to sit through 2 hours of that. So, now that we have the critical hit gem, what I'm going to do is go back to these levels. Not play the ones we've beaten, play the ones we haven't beaten in here, and then play the levels here and get the skill here, get the skill down here, get the skill in here, etc., etc. Start going for those at glaring difficulty. That's the goal, because these levels are shorter. This was a long level even at looming difficulty. So that's what makes it so challenging later on, is that once you get to 100 waves, the enemies are just too strong. But not necessarily down here. We should be able to get through these fields without losing. Should be able to get these in the next video. So we'll do that. Anyway, thanks everybody for sticking around through that. Hope we all learned something today. And I will see you next time. Have a good one. Bye.